Hello, everyone. That was incredibly loud. I'm sorry, but welcome back to this seventh episode of the Substitute Podcast. I've got the name of my own podcast. Very,
Great start.
very good at my job. And today we're joined by Josh, or PSAPimp, as you probably know him. How are you doing?
AKA Super Saiyan 69, AKA Obelisk the Titty Twister, AKA Lily Stepdad, AKA Juice Wayne, AKA Freezer the Fridge. I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. We out here. I'm glad to be here. Glad to talk TCG with my homie.
I was actually going to read out your whole Instagram bio, but I couldn't be bothered. I'm glad
Oh
you
well, I
did
did
it.
it. I did it for you. Yeah.
So yeah, we're having a chat about, well, it's not just Pokemon this time, because, you know, everyone listening will realise very soon why we're not talking about just Pokemon.
Very soon.
It's basically, I think, as the kids would say these days, a madness at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
So you've been quite vocal with your, distaste for Pokemon, and you switched basically almost exclusively to Dragon Ball at this point.
I mean, yeah, man, like, all I post about is Dragon Ball, all I'm buying basically is Dragon Ball, all I'm opening is Dragon Ball, all I'm grading is Dragon Ball. I'm so burnt out with Pokemon, man. I can't be asked anymore.
Was there like a single thing that put you off, or was it just like the fact that everything accumulating
Was there a single thing that put me off? I think it was just a mix of everything. Like, they were releasing like sets that were trash, and then sets that were too big and trash, and then prices of everything was just trash. I don't know. Over time, like, there was more things adding to me just kind of disliking it. So yeah, that is God, it's just a mess.
Do you think the PSA delays didn't help? Because obviously you like me have got lots of cards of PSA. Just the fact that you're not getting them back, is it just killing the hype for you?
I mean, it definitely has, because obviously, before I sent anything off to grade, so October was my like big kind of send off. I sent off like 140 cards or something, which to some people isn't big, but to me that was like all my lowercase EXs, all my like full arts, all my secret rares, all the cool stuff that I'd like accumulated over that time, and like I'd sent it all off, and it's been forever, and I just haven't got anything back. Obviously, I got my Express Plus back, which took like 3 months or something, and even then, the grades were all trash. So that wasn't fun. You guys may have seen my rant on my Insta, but if you haven't, go check it.
If
And then
anyone,
Express.
if anyone's not
Uh,
seen, if anyone's not seen it, you were actually the first person in the UK to start your own grading company.
I was. Big Dick Mint 11. Be the best grade you can get. Um, Pop one with the Raichu right now. I can't remember who owns it, but I know it's been sold like twice. Someone actually bought it from the dude that won the eBay auction. It's funny stuff, man.
To be fair, that,
Um,
that card might have actually had the highest inflation of any card in Pokemon. It like doubled in price in about an hour and a half.
I know, yeah, because the thing is, it sold on eBay on bid for like £37 for like it was like for 37 or £38 to Pokemon Elite 89, I think his name is. He's a homie. And then he sold it to some guy called like Pokemon Collector Gary, who bought it for like 90 or something. It's so dumb. Like, I'm still looking at the stab marks in my desk now from when I made that card and thing. It's so dumb. Um, where were we? Off topic as hell. Yeah, my October Express. Like, I don't even know what's happening with that. Like, October Express, dude.
Yeah, so
And there's just no update.
there was a Randolph video the other day. Um, it's like, I think it was like 2 days ago. It was a video with his August Express in it.
August. Okay.
So the Express is coming back slowly. I know a few people from the US graded gem apparently have got some of their stuff back, and they started in August.
Okay.
So hopefully it is moving. Although that's actually something we could talk about. The guy who runs PSA, Nat Turner, did an interview the other day, and he actually said
Right,
like
yeah.
a lot of information confirmed and denied a lot of information that people thought was true but didn't know for sure.
Right.
Um, one of the big things that they actually announced, which I think a lot of people have missed, is that they are reviewing the use of the off-center qualifier.
Oh, like the 9OC kind of thing they have.
Yeah, so they're keeping miscut because
Right.
obviously miscut is. I think there's just basically they're sufficiently rare that if you get a miscut, like it is actually a novelty. Whereas like off center, you get lots of
Mhm.
off center cards.
Mhm. Yep.
I think there's quite a lot of pressure. So like, in sports, if something has an OC grade, it's basically viewed as like 2 or 3 grades lower than it actually is. So like
Oh shit.
if you get
Okay.
like a 9 OC, it's like actually a 7 or a 6 or a 7 because
Ooh.
centering's so important to the aesthetic of like a sports card. Whereas like in Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and whatever, like a lot of
People quite
people,
like it.
yeah, a lot of people like off center cards because it looks really stupid on a Pokemon card because like for the most
You
part
got half a monster and then half of another monster and
yeah, because like
thing.
for the most part, right, you're only grading full arts and above. Most people aren't grading commons that
Yeah.
are
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like well, they're not grading modern ones at least. Apart from that guy who graded, did you see them? Someone graded a reverse Weedle from Evolutions and he got like a PSA 4 or something.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah,
That does.
it's just like
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
it's like buried in the pot report. It's hilarious. But yeah, like because people only grade like full arts and stuff, the borders are so small that when something's off center, it actually looks really funny. But like
Yeah.
with lots of especially vintage sports cards, like they all have white borders on them,
Okay.
and when something is off center, it looks just awful. It just looks terrible.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, I can imagine. You're right. Like with a like off-center Pokemon card, you're right. There is a bit of like a fun kind of novelty to it. Like I'm pretty sure there's people out there that have like a mad OC collection just of weird, obscure, shitty or great off-center cards. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely a bit of a niche for it.
There's I know there's a guy I don't know his app, but he's on Instagram and he only collects off center Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and his collection is like
Off-center Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
his collection is incredible. He has like every good card off center or miscut,
Jeez.
and it's crazy. Like he's got like like first print blue eyes and stuff like miscut,
What the?
and it's just like I don't know how you. I've never
How
had
does that exist?
I've never had a miscut card, and I've opened a lot of Pokemon cards. I've had some crimped ones before, but they're not that rare. So
I've never had crimped or miscut. I've had like badly off-centered, um, but I've never had miscut or crimped. I think the worst off-center card I have is the mythical collections, the Arceus.
oh yeah, it's like
Oh
so.
my god, it's like 95.5. But I hear that that card is quite common to be off-centered, so it's not really anything special.
Yeah, I've seen a few. Like I think the most off center card I have is I have a center scorch, which allowed me to make the best pun on my Instagram ever, which is off center scorch. And it's like,
Yo,
but
hold on.
it's really off center. It's like verging on the OC grade level of off center.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, I don't know. I've opened a lot of cards in my time, but I feel like especially during I open mostly X, Y, and Sun and Moon. I don't get
Yeah.
that many really off center cards because the print quality is generally pretty consistent.
Yeah, quite decent. Yeah.
I am, yeah, I've never had a miscut either. Like, do you remember? Did you ever see that video where Randolph mentioning him again? He opened like an entire case of Vivid Voltage and they were all miscut. Like everything that was a VMAX and
I thought they were really badly off-center, not miscut.
well, they had like when you print cards, they have like white dots, which are like the centering
Yeah,
dots.
yeah.
You could see that on all of the cards.
Oh,
So
that is trash, man.
so that they would have
That
counted
is trash.
they would have counted as miscut because if you can see the alignment dot, then it's miscut.
Oh, okay. Is that how they qualify it?
Yeah, because the alignment, when you see like
Okay.
square cut cards that are like randomly
Mhm.
square cut,
Mm-hmm.
when Pokemon cards are cut, the corners are rounded and they have a dot just above each corner. And
Okay,
so
noted.
when you cut cards, you end up like, have you ever seen the vending sheets?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The ones you peel off.
Yeah, so when they print cards, they stamp them out of the sheet and they look like that. We have like
Oh, okay.
a tiny bit of card between each one,
Right,
at,
okay.
at the corners, but not at the sides, and that's why you get miscuts where it's like you might have a Mewtwo with like half of another GX or something on it.
Yeah. Funnily enough, just talking about miscuts and off-centered, I haven't seen any miscut or off-center Dragon Ball cards. I haven't seen a single one. And I follow some people with pretty mad stacked collections. Haven't seen a single one.
The Dragon Ball print quality is ridiculous compared to basically
Dude,
everything else.
the Dragon Ball print quality is it's a tier of its own. It's insane. I love it. Like when you pull a Dragon Ball card and you grade it, you can rest assured you're getting a 9 minimum. Like you just know it. Oh, the print quality is amazing, honestly, man. There's nothing wrong with this TCG at all.
It's also the fact that like print lines, from what I can tell, aren't very common either, and the cards are so like shine heavy.
Yeah.
Like the whole card is literally hollow for the
Yeah.
for all,
Pretty much.
for all the good ones anyway.
Yeah.
Like there's hardly any print lines. I'm sure some cards have them, but you know when you
there's some sets that were like absolutely notorious for print lines, like the Tournament of Power set, which is like the most expensive, because it has signature cards as well as like a victory strike, which is basically the Exodia of the game. You deal damage with it, you win. And obviously signature cards are just aesthetically amazing. Yeah, that set was printed pretty badly. So on the back of the cards, like the special rares, you had like these little hollow flecks from when it had like hollow bits from a different card on the back, and print lines are quite notorious. But from what I know, Beckett and PSA are actually quite lenient on those, so can't go wrong.
Yeah, I've heard from just like people who get lots of returns. It seems like if PSA know there is a flaw with a certain set, they won't penalize it as much. So like
Yeah,
Jungle, for example, has really bad silvering on all the edges for a lot of cards. So they just kind of they're more lenient on it. So they just kind of that's why like you might get a Jungle Kangaskhan that's got really bad silvering on the edges, but it still gets a 10 because they know that it was a universal print defect rather than just that this card is bad.
Yeah, fair enough. Like credit to them on doing stuff like that, as opposed to this card's just not mean it's gonna get like a 7 or an 8 or whatever the hell. So like, fair play to them there.
It'll be interesting what they do with Shining Fates, because you know universally is terrible.
Oh my god, yeah, that dumpster fire train wreck of a set. Good lord, that set was a mess. I think that's also one of the things that really put me off, because opening Shining Fates, right? Like any baby shiny you pulled was already like silvering, and you so much as rub your finger on it, and you've taken off like half the art of the card alone. That set was a joke. That was an absolute joke. Actually, that's funny enough where like my love for Pokemon kind of died down a bit. Just after Shining Fates, I want to say. Then I was just kind of like stale on TCGs. Then I kind of picked up Dragon Ball. So,
but I think the issue with Shining Fates is that even in its name, it made it sound like it's going to be as good as Shining Legends and Hidden Fates. And I mean,
yeah,
Shining Legends is debatably a bit iffy, but the only reason it's not
trash.
The only reason it's not great is because the packs are so expensive now.
It's like 25, 30 a pack, and let's be real, you're only gonna like just say make your money back on pulling either a Shining Mew, Shining Rayquaza, or the Mewtwo secret rare. Other than that, like you ain't doing shit.
It's crazy to me that in certain sets you can pull like a rainbow rare, which is literally a secret rare, and it's worth less than the value of the pack. Like Crimson Invasion, for example, I pulled an Alolan Golem the other day,
right?
Like the rainbow one, and it's worth £6. It's a secret rare.
Yeah, like what the hell is up with that?
The odds of pulling it is literally like, well, in theory, it's the same as pulling the Charizard from Burning Shadows. I mean, obviously it's not.
Yeah, if you chase a specific, I
mean, obviously it's not. Pokemon changing like the weighting of cards is one of those things where like we'll never find out what the weightings of cards are, because there is no benefit to them telling you, because if they tell you and it's too high, people will be like, well, there's no point opening packs because I don't have any chance of packing it. And if they tell you it's too low, it will lose its specialness.
Yeah, exactly. It will lose that whole kind of rarity factor on it. Yeah, of course.
But we know for a fact that Charizard from Burning Shadows is rarer than Golisopod from Burning Shadows. Like, it just is. There's no way around it. Which I actually also did pack. I packed a Golisopod from Burning Shadows, and for a split second I thought it was the Charizard, and it wasn't.
Pain. Absolute pain. But, like, just to touch on Dragon Ball, that's another reason I love Dragon Ball, because the secret rares are actually secret rares. You can't just get a booster box and know, cool, I'm getting a secret rare in this. They're like 2, sometimes 3 per case, which is every 12 which is 12 boxes. So literally, like, one every 6 boxes roughly is your secret rare, and when you pull it, you actually feel great. You're not like, oh, I got a secret rare, but it's an Alolan Golem, which is worth like shit all. You can be like, oh, I pulled Ultimate Force Vegeta or Apex of Power, and it's worth like hundreds right off the rip. Like, yeah,
I've been quite I've been quite vocal in my like distaste for like EV Heroes and the amount of secret rares and stuff that it costs.
yeah.
And like
Oh god,
in
yeah.
theory, there's nothing wrong with having that many secret rares in a set. I think the thing that I had is that the transition from there being like X and Y, although X and Y was 10 years ago at this point. Like in X and Y, you had, I think Roaring Skies had the most. It had like 6 secret rares,
Right.
and
Okay.
and at the time, people were like, "That's a lot of secret rares," especially as a lot of the secret
Yeah.
rares were trainer cards, and the trainer cards were playable. So like
Mhm.
Trainer's Mail was worth quite a lot because it was a useful card and stuff. But then
Yeah.
we've been gradually increasing, and then it suddenly just jumped up by like 20.
Yeah, it is a bit of a joke. Like, people going for the master sets aren't having fun because, let's be real, that barely anyone is gonna buy 20 booster boxes of something just to try and chase every secret rare. Like, no one's doing that. So you've obviously just got to be buying individually. It's just, I hate it. Like, why? Why is there got to be that many damn secret rares? And most of them are worth like dick all anyway. It's so annoying.
And the worst part about EV Heroes is you can open a box of EV Heroes and not only not get one of the all art evolutions, you can not get one of the full art ones. You can get one of the gold trainers, or
Oh god.
one of the gold items, or one of the rainbow trainers.
Oh
There are
god.
12 rainbow trainers in Chilling Reign. Maybe not Chilling Reign now, but like in Chilling Reign, same problem, right? All arts are what everyone wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
Exactly. Exactly. Old odds are
there are 12 rainbow trainers, 12 of them.
12. Hold on. Let me just go on Cerebi and check this out. So for what? Chilling Rain. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one full art trainer that doesn't get a rainbow, and I don't know which one it is because I couldn't be bothered to look. But like there are 13 full arts and 12 rainbows. But it's ridiculous. There's so many secret rares, and so many of them are cards that you don't want.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
I think that
Oh my god. There's 35 secret rares. What the hell?
the thing that I find also
35
really
secret rares.
the thing that I also find really weird is it seems like the alternate art regular V cards are not secret rares, but the alternate art V maxes are secret rares. So Blaziken is a secret rare.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I'm
like
looking at it now.
Shadow Rider and Ice Rider Calyrex V Max are secret rares,
Mm-hmm.
but the regular V versions aren't. And I
Yeah,
don't
Galarian Slowking isn't. Yeah,
and like
the birds on.
like
Yeah.
I don't. Someone's biking outside my house. Um, I'm not sure if that's true because no one's actually confirmed it yet, but I feel like it's not considering I saw the Galarian Moltres the other day on eBay for £35. So the Articuno, not the Moltres.
I
And
mean, that's probably just because when you're chasing the like V's, what the alt art V's, right? Yeah.
yeah, this was the
You're
old.
you're you're going for the birds when it comes to alt art V's. Let's be real. Those three as a set, they've been hyped since they got like previewed or announced, whatever. They've been hyped since then. So, but the VMAX is always cool. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm looking at the set list now. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
the Moltres alt art is by far the most expensive card from Chilling Reign so far.
Oh my god, how disappointed would you be if you open up a booster box and your secret rare was fucking Seabold?
Or the
how disappointed would you be?
I saw Matt Cully the other day opened a box for one of his mods in his stream, and
Yeah.
she got the from EV Hero. She got the gold water
Oh
bottle.
yeah, the water bottle. Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh,
can you imagine opening an EV Heroes set and getting a gold water bottle? Something that's not
Yeah.
even anything to do with Eevee.
the Tokyo Ghoul theme song just plays in the background when that happens, man. That's just disappointing.
Like
That's
it'd be different if you got like the heart ribbon that Sylveon has. Like at least
Yeah.
that's something to do with Eevees. So it kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. Or like
But
I think
a
they should.
water bottle.
You know what they should have done? They should have done gold secret rare of the evolution stones.
Oh, you know what?
So you can
That
get
would
like
have been a banger.
so you can get like a secret rare water stone that can go with your Vaporeon Alt Art and your Vaporeon V.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, that would have been pretty banging, I'm not gonna lie. That would have been a good shout.
The problem with that, though, is that they then have to introduce those into the game, and I'm not sure how realistically they could introduce like an evolution stone into the actual TCG and have
I
it
think,
still.
for example, like you can kind of just play an Eevee, then in the same turn play the Firestone and get the Flareon same turn out kind of thing, rather than waiting the turn to evolve.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Or you could skip straight to its VMAX or something, like a
Yeah,
rare candy kind of thing.
they could implement it, man. Come on, they really could.
Yeah, I
Like
just thought of
turn
that.
one, you could get your Flareon or something.
I just thought of that on the spot, but it's actually not a bad idea. But
It's really not.
I just like something more EV dominated would have been better as secret rares because, like, you know, don't get me wrong, the alt arts are super cool, but they're just. I think the problem I'm having is that when you have like you say with like Dragon Ball sets, you have like one or two chase cards, and like they're super rare, but there's only one or two really that people want.
Yeah, and then I mean, so the way Dragon Ball rarities work is you have secret rare, which are like 2 per case. Then you have special rare, which is normally like 2 per box, which are pretty cool. Special rares people do chase too, but you're after specifics like your favorite characters, and then super rares are just kind of meh. Yeah.
But they do they like build sets around these secret rares like Yu-Gi-Oh do? But like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Kind of.
like with like Ghost of the Past, for example, they were like, oh, we have ghost rares, and that's what the set's built around.
They kind of base it around the secret rare as well as the special rares in a way. For example, with Tournament of Power, the secret rare was the Awakened Power, which is obviously Goku Ultra Instinct. In Tournament of Power, he went Ultra Instinct, and then you got all the signature cards, which are like Frieza, Beerus, Goku, Vegeta, which obviously Tournament of Power, Beerus, Destroyer God, etc. And then Universal Onslaught, the secret rare was Apex of Power, which is one of the best looking cards to just ever exist in general. Like, this card's beautiful. And that's obviously Ultra Instinct Goku and Blue Evolve Vegeta, which was Universal Onslaught, the Universal Survival Tournament. Yeah, they kind of base it off them, kind of.
I think the overwhelming thing is like if you pull the secret rare from a Dragon Ball set, it's like a huge deal.
Yeah,
because
dude,
there's only
it's mad.
Because there's only one or two. You're like, if I pull it, I know it's going to be good. Whereas with Pokemon now, it's like if I pull a secret rare from EV Heroes, it could be something absolutely crap that I don't want. It's worth like
it could be Geordie.
Yeah, like it'd be worth like, you know, it's worth like £10, and it's a card that's too low in value that if you sell it, you basically make no money back, and is not good enough for you want to keep. So you just like I opened a box of Thunderclap Spark, which is it's the Japanese version of what's the Lost Thunder, that one, Lost Thunder.
Okay.
And I pulled the secret rare what's it called? The Electro Power. I pulled the secret rare Electro Power, which is just a gold item in a language of a game that I don't actually play. And like, don't get it wrong, it's cool and everything, but like I'd much rather have an actual Pokemon than an item that has, well, basically no playability.
First of all, you're lying to yourself because you know it's not cool and you're disappointed. You're just trying to make yourself not feel as bad. Yeah, that's disappointing, man. I'm just not a fan of gold items in general. Like, I'm just not. Like, I don't know. I've just never been too keen on them. I've never been keen.
I feel like they exist in like a weird space where gold items are purely for flexing, because they're never that, well, I said they're never that collectible. I'm sure there are people who collect the gold items, but they're never that expensive. So it's basically just for people who, when they play in person, want to like bling their deck out as much as they can.
Yeah, to be fair, I get that. Like, if you want to play, for example, like just as an example, like Lily, I can't remember what the fuck that card does, but I know it was a playable card, right? Instead of using the regular half art card, you can just bang on a full art. That's a flex. That is a flex. So yeah, I guess it would be the same with gold cards. Instead of using your regular half art, was it Vigo Shake or something? Slap down the gold one.
Yeah, like
just flex.
If you rock up and you've got 4 gold Ultra Balls, then you're like, this guy is serious.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely lives in his mom's basement.
It's interesting. I was talking with Toby about it on like the not the last podcast, the one before, and we were talking about the rotation in TCG and how it's going to be interesting because basically they're
Mhm.
rotating the two most popular decks. So
Uh,
standard format's going to like have a new look, which is good.
oh, what the stuff from like Cosmic and stuff? Or is it like ADP and Zekrom Pikachu, or whatever? They're
Yeah,
taking those out.
yeah. That it's only Sword and Shield, and like I think it's like one Sun and Moon set. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just mainly Sword and Shield though.
I think it is because isn't that the reason why they cancelled the whole Cosmic reprint? Because it was going out of rotation anyway.
Yeah. Oh, reprints are absolutely mad. Like they keep announcing reprints. Like they announced the Sun and Moon base Elite Trainer Box reprint out of nowhere.
Wait. What?
That so in a move that literally no one saw coming because nobody wanted it to happen. They basically were like, "Oh, I can't." It was someone on Twitter. I think it might have also been PTCG Radio.
hmm
Was like, "Oh, they're reprinting Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes," and everyone was like, "This is the worst lie." I think this is like the that you just made something up and just reported it as news, and then
Please just like,
Pokemon came out like 2 days later and were like, well, Pokemon didn't. They told their distributors, and the distributors were like,
jeez,
"Yeah, it's
man.
coming. So if you, look out for it."
Who who asked for this?
But
Literally, who asked for this? You could have given us Cosmic, but instead, you print
the
the
thing,
set that no one asked for.
the thing that's weird is right is like at first I was like, well, it probably makes sense, right? Because they have loads of booster packs. But then I was like,
Right.
but surely they don't also have loads of ETB boxes and like other things that are exclusive to that set, like the dividers and stuff. So why don't they just throw them in, like what they do, like mystery packs at Target. Like mystery packs from
Yeah.
Target are made by third-party companies who basically buy
Buy leftover stuff. Yeah.
just like surplus stock or damaged products and then repackage them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't they just do that? It makes makes no sense to me that they would like go to all this effort, but
To
I
give
get
us a second general release of Sun and Moon ETB. Like what?
I think it's I think it might partly be to be like, you know what, we can reprint whatever we want. And they
Bit of a
but
bit
they
of a slap in the face. That.
well, I don't know, Pokemon have this incredible image of being like all for the consumer, but people also forget that they are like the biggest franchise in history, and it's literally they just print money.
Whereas Dragon Ball, they saw Vermilion Bloodline and Rise of the Unison Warrior getting scalped to hell because the secret rare. So you got like secret rare Broly and secret rare Gogeta, two stupidly popular characters that everyone loves, and their secret rares are amazing. And I feel like they're very playable too. But basically the Beckett's of them just go for a stupid amount. Um, so Bandai were like, hey, we don't like the fact that these are getting scalped and the people trying to play the game can't play because these cards are too expensive. So we're gonna reprint these sets. Like they knew what people wanted reprinted and they reprinted it. But to like not piss off the collectors, they were like, we're gonna print them with like a little RE stamp for like reprint in on the card. And then obviously the players get to play with those cards. The collectors get their original first print run, which is still holding value. Yeah, Bandai came through, man. Bandai really came through.
Did you ever hear about the Pokemon Roaring Skies reprint?
Roaring Skies reprint.
So
Why?
it wasn't recent.
That's XY,
It
no?
was a long time ago. It wasn't. They were not doing it recently, but they basically when Roaring Skies came out, Roaring Skies had Shaman in it, and
Oh yeah, playable.
Shaman had the setup ability where you could play it and like draw 6 cards or
Oh,
discard your
okay.
hand and draw 6 cards. So it was
Okay.
super playable. Most people had like 3 or 4 of them in their deck because it also had an attack where you could attack and then like retreat the card to your hand so you wouldn't get knocked out for prizes or whatever.
Oh shit.
Um,
Okay, fair.
so they were super popular, and that set also had has like Rayquazas in it, and they were super playable. And it also had like the gold. It's not a secret rare, but it's a gold Rayquaza, and that was really desirable as well. So the booster boxes rose up to like $400 or so, which at the time was like unheard of for a set that had been out for less than like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
So they did a reprint, but it wasn't like a regular size reprint. They basically were like, we're going to print it until no human being on Earth wants it anymore. So they printed it and they absolutely tanked the price to the point where they were actually selling for like less than they were when they were released. So you could buy Roaring Skies booster boxes for like $85 all day.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, fair play. At least they kind of help the people trying to buy for like sealed collections or whatever. I guess
It was
that's
it's
yeah.
it's interesting because like at the time Pokemon cards weren't worth nearly as much, and modern cards at that time were worth very little, apart from a
Yeah.
few, apart from like a few really desirable ones.
Yeah.
But like it's just such a weird. It was such a weird thing, and it basically that was Pokemon never reprinted a set in huge bulk before,
Right.
and after that, nobody trusted them anymore to not reprint stuff. And I think like we're now coming full circle where like a lot of new collectors came in between then and now, and they're starting to realize that Pokemon will just do whatever they want and then manage to sell it to you anyway.
Yeah. See, like that again just annoys me a bit. They kind of like with the whole cosmic thing, they kind of pull the whole like Elon Musk and crypto, where they announced the reprint, cosmic prices dropped, then they cancelled it, and they then skyrocketed to higher than they even were before.
Yeah, because like if a reprint gets scheduled and then cancelled, it's going to be at least a year and a half until it's reprinted again. Most likely never.
Yeah. See, like I give up on trying to collect sealed Pokemon stuff. Like when it comes to Pokemon, if a set comes out with a card here or there, I like I'm just gonna buy that card raw, and just be done with it. Like I'm not chasing cards. I'm not opening up stupid amounts of packs and whatnot because that's an L I don't want to hold.
Yeah,
Plus,
like
I just don't find it fun opening Pokemon cards. Like, okay, not that I don't find it fun opening Pokemon cards. It's just they're just not as admirable to open anymore. I don't know if I'm phrasing that. I don't know if I'm phrasing that right, but
I know
like,
I get what you mean. Where like there's only so many times you can pack the same three common cards before you're like, I just don't care about them anymore.
yeah, like opening the first couple packs. Oh, that's a cool Barnaby. That's a cool Diglett. Oh, that's a cool Meowth. And then it's just like
It's
I now own 50 billion copies of these cards that I didn't ask for. Like,
I think the greatest example is, and it's obviously not his fault, but when Pokerev does his openings, he will open packs, sometimes quite expensive packs, like when he not when he does his vintage one, but he's just like modern ones or whatever. He will literally open a pack, skim through to the where the holo would be, or the like the ultra rare, and if there's not an ultra rare, he literally just takes the entire pack and just puts it to one side. And it's like 90%, even like 95% of in some cases of cards in a set have no value and there's no interest.
yeah,
And it's just like we've reached this point now where Pokemon is so about the chase of like, well, I was gonna say two or three cards, but in modern sets cases, 75 cards or 50 or 75 cards or whatever.
opening Pokemon packs is a gateway to having a gambling addiction.
Someone said this on their Instagram feed. They were like 99% of people who open Pokemon cards have a gambling addiction, and I was like, although I think that's slightly too high, I do think a lot of people use opening Pokemon packs, especially like expensive vintage packs, as an excuse to gamble, justifying it's okay.
Um,
But
like it's not quite put a grand on a hand of blackjack sort of gambling, but it's definitely still gambling.
yeah, like you're not putting your house on red, but like you are gambling a fiver at a time to hopefully make. Even if you don't sell any of the stuff you pack, like I know there are lots of people who don't sell any of the cards that they have. Like there's a YouTuber, I can't remember who it is, but he literally sells nothing. Like everything he packs, he keeps.
Fair enough. Fair play to him.
With the exception of like bulk, which you don't need 50 of the same Cacnea from Shining Fates. You just don't. There's no need to have that many of that card.
Unless you're a Cacnea collector, I don't know.
Oh, if you were a Cacnea collector, you had an absolute field day when that set came out. I only opened about 25 packs, and I think I packed it 25 times.
If you're a Cacnea collector, you need to reevaluate your whole life. But yeah.
Who is it said this? Oh, it's Tom from Graded Gems, and it's like everyone has a favorite Pokemon except Tauros, who nobody's favorite Pokemon is Tauros.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like Taurus is pretty cool. Not my favorite, but Taurus is pretty cool.
If your favorite Pokemon is Tauros, put it down in the comments below.
Nah, I
we
promise you,
and we will laugh
there
at you.
there is someone out there whose favorite Pokemon is Tauros. I promise you. I absolutely promise you.
It's the sellability of Pokemon, right? It's when there's now the fact there's like nearly 900 of them. Like,
Alright,
you're gonna like at least one of them.
This is how I check it, right? So, if someone has a tattoo of it, they obviously love it enough to put it on their body permanently, right? So let's look up if anyone has a Tauros tattoo. And
And no.
Google. And no one has a Tauros tattoo. Never fucking mind that.
Oh no.
No one has a Tauros tattoo.
Or if they do, they were too embarrassed and they wouldn't take a picture of it and share it on Instagram.
Oh god. Whereas you type in Umbreon tattoo and you got about 50 gajillion pages of it.
Anyone have
Oh my god.
Anyone have like a Bonsly tattoo? Because even Pokemon have forgotten that Bonsly exists.
Oh yeah, like one card in the set was like just to exist, right?
There are so many like baby Gen 4 Pokemon have absolutely got like the roughest deal ever. They got like one card printed and then they've never been printed again. And to the point where I might think a lot of people probably don't know they exist.
Speaking of baby Pokemon, Pichu hasn't had a card since Heart Gold Soul Silver. That is just no, that's not right. Pichu hasn't had a card in like what 10 years? Like what?
The crazy thing is like I obviously collect Growlithes. They print so many goddamn Growlithes. There's literally one every gen, sometimes two. In
Growlithe's a good boy.
In Gen 5, there's like 5 of them.
That's a good boy, man.
In is it Rising Rival? In Rising Rivals, there's 2 in the same set, and they're literally, I think it's like 11 and 12 in the set.
Hey, look,
it's crazy.
That's a good doggo.
Oh,
Growlithe deserves cards.
I have no objection with the later sets. It's the fact that there's 2 in Aquapolis that gets me.
There's 2 in Aquapolis?
I think it's Aquapolis, or is it? Yeah, I think it's Aquapolis. There's
one of those sets.
There's so the Aquapolis or Skyridge, but I think it's Aquapolis that there's 2 of. The reverses from those sets are very expensive, and I haven't bought them yet.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah. Aquapolis, Skyridge reverses and stuff, and like just the good end Pokemon are just too expensive. Like, yeah, I don't even look at that set. I just don't bother looking at that set.
I'm glad there's not one in Neo. Let's put it that way. Hello everyone. Editing Mark here. I was wrong when I said there's not a Growlithe in Neo. There is actually one in Neo Destiny, and I know this because I'm currently holding the PSA version that I own right now. So I am a fraud, and I apologise. But anyway, let you get back to the podcast. Hope you're enjoying it so far. The rest is pretty good, so carry on listening.
Oh man. Oh, see, like, I just wish I cared about Pokemon more at this point. Like, I want to. I really want to. I just can't. I actually just can't. I'll see how I feel when my PSA returns come back, because maybe seeing my Gold Star Pikachu and like my Fire Red Leaf Green Charizard EX and just like my first edition holos, maybe that would just kind of spark my love for it again. I don't know. Right now, I'm just not for the buying and for the chase, and yeah, I just can't be asked.
I think the thing about PSA returns and any grading returns, not just PSA, is that the fact that I've spent nearly a year, or at this point, basically a year. It's just under 11 months. That's almost a year.
Yeah, we'll say a year.
Yeah, like by the time I get them back, it will be most likely a year. So I've been waiting a year for them, and once they come back, it's literally going to be like, oh, I'll look at the grades. I'll probably do an Instagram live or go live on Twitch or something to open them.
Yeah.
And then I'll just put them in a box and not look at them again.
Yeah, same.
And I just I feel like it's so anticlimactic, isn't it? It's like, especially, it wasn't so bad if you only had to wait 3 months, like a couple of years ago, because you'd submit them, you'd forget about them, but then by the time you remembered about them again, you'd be like, oh, well, they're almost back. But now it's like you wait a year. Either they come back and they're the grades that you hoped, and you're like, oh, that's good, or they come back and they're the grades that you like lower than you wanted. and you're like, oh,
And then you have to
yeah,
start up a whole 9-minute Instagram rant and Stabber writes you to death.
yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, this is not great, and then the outcome is still the same, where you just either put them in a box or you sell them.
I'm right. Well, I already know this is gonna be the scenario. Right? I'm telling you right now, like now for nothing, this is gonna be the scenario. I'm gonna get my PSA submission back. Let's say October Express, right? Just it's been like what 8-9 months already. This is taking absolute piss. But I'll get them back. I'll open up the box. I'll just be disappointed at about less realistically 80% of the cards. I'll be like, no, that deserves at least 2 grades higher, or that's bullshit, or whatever. And then I'm just gonna crack them. Put them in a sleeve, put them in a semi-rigid, and wait for Beckett to open back up, and then do my complete switch of that. Like I'm just making the full transition over. Realistically, I don't even know why I'm still called PSAPimp at this point. I'm done with PSA shenanigans.
I should just change your name on the overlay halfway through the video.
Do it right now. We're gonna change it to I don't know. Just make it Super Saiyan 69. Do it. But even like my first edition Charizard, right? I was talking to Black Label Grading, and I was like, I need to cross grade this card because A, I feel it's worth more than an 8, and B, I'm done with PSA. So, yeah, it's gonna be a madness, but
Yeah, I know as soon as my returns come back, I'll start to get excited because I have one. I have July, August, September, October, and November.
yeah,
So if I get one back a month for the rest of this year, that's going to be exciting. Especially because my second and third one are like they're 70 cards ish each. So
that's fun.
That's like a decent amount of cards. I am not looking forward to paying for the value charges if I have to though.
Oh god, another reason why PSA trash value charges. Really, you're paying me to get my own cards back? Really?
Yeah, like,
really?
The PSA value charges. So it's just I think universally people are just well, obviously it's just super scummy. I know that they have to do it they say they have to do it for insurance reasons, and I understand that, but then why don't Beckett?
Yeah, Beckett don't value charge you because Beckett aren't scummy with that. Like, listen, I've graded with Beckett. Like, I've done like at least 6 submissions. I've received like 3 of them back, bro. I have been so happy with every single submission I received back. Like, so happy with it. And PSA, it's just been what 3 returns and 3 disappointments. Like, it's so bad. So I don't get how they're messing up.
Yeah, it's like you think Beckett would charge you some upcharges just so they could actually they could add more information to their 15-year-old website.
Oh my god! Yeah, you know what? Hold up. Let's touch on Beckett's website for a second. Yo, Beckett, sort your shit out.
Beckett's
Just
website.
Sort your shit out.
Beckett's website looks like it was designed by someone who was once told casually what a website should be like.
Bro, Beckett's website was designed on Wix.
I don't think that's generous. I don't think they paid for it.
They got Pixo, bro.
I think there's like it's literally just a MySpace page that they've edited to like such a high level.
Oh my god, stop.
Imagine if you went onto Beckett's page and it just started playing My Chemical Romance out of nowhere.
Oh my god, it had their top 8 friends.
I saw a thing the other day and it was a tweet and someone was like, Twitter should have a feature that when you go onto someone's homepage it plays a song, and it was like, oh my god, these kids are so young, they don't know what MySpace is.
They don't know. Or Bebo. Yo, do you remember Bebo?
I had a Bebo account for I literally made one and then I was like, I hate this, so I just never did anything with it.
Oh, Bebo was great back in high school. Bebo was what all the cool kids were using, and then we transitioned to Facebook, which is just a fucking train wreck.
Did you have the brief BBM phase in the middle?
It wasn't brief. It lasted quite a while.
A few years of BBM.
Yeah, I was on BBM.
I think everyone was. That was my second ever phone, a BlackBerry.
You would be like, "Hey, yo, girl, what's your pin?" It's like, what?
What's your 8-digit number? I think it's such an awkward number of digits.
Literally, and it was like letters and numbers. It was a combo of the both. Like, yeah. BBM was great for its time, though. I'll give it that.
Oh yeah, it was basically like MSN, but not on your parents' computer.
Yeah, and people would always put those statuses like, "Not in the mood, don't ping," or whatever the crap. They were complaining about.
It was when it's when like you'd have friends at school and they'd been like in like a meaningful relationship for like a week, and they put each other's names, like initials, and the date in their BBM bio.
That shit was cringe. Yo, I'm glad I never dated in high school. That shit would have been cringe as hell. I would have looked back on that now, been so disappointed. Oh my god. Oh man.
They were simpler times. Don't get me started on MSN. MSN was such a loss when it went.
MSN was like all different kinds of letters and characters and numbers, and
No one's asked.
copied and pasted this, and oh my god, my eyes hurt reading that shit.
No one's asked me Wooboo 2 for like 10 years.
Oh my god, Wooboo 2.
Listen up.
This is
People
unlocking memories.
People always ask what you've been up to, but not why you've been up to.
This is unlocking memories. And do you remember, what was it like? Was it nudging? Was that it on MSN where people like didn't reply? You could nudge and it would like bring your conversation up on their screen.
It would shake the screen.
Yeah, like, bro, leave me alone.
do you remember that the really obnoxious like animated nudges you could get?
Oh my god, it would like knock on your screen and like a massive fish just like pops up and yeah. Or the doorbell one. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, MSN was a headache.
It was a simpler time. It wasn't necessarily a better time, but it was a simpler time.
And now we have Discord with really bad emotes of pallet bed. Like...
Yeah. I'm not going to explain what pallet bed is. I'm going to let everyone listening just imagine what it is.
You just imagine what pallet bed is.
It's worse than you can imagine.
Pallet bed is iconic, bro.
It is. That is true.
Oh man, how did we go from talking about Pokemon cards and Dragon Ball to pallet bed?
I don't know. This is what happens when I don't prepare any questions.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a pair of homies having a chat.
So I have to ask you about your new job, which is professional meal deal rater.
Oh, listen, I will clap anyone on their meal deal, man.
Because I heard, and I quote, that you're bringing the smoke when it comes to meal deals.
Yeah. If your meal deal trash, I'll put you on blast. I'll let everyone know that you have bad, weak, uncultured taste buds, and you'll get bullied for it. You deserve to get bullied for it.
You don't have to name names. You can if you want to. I want to know the worst and the best meal deal you've been sent.
The worst and the best. All right, cool. Now the thing is, I've actually made a podcast episode of this on my own channel. Check it out.
Link will be below.
Richie Road podcast. Yep. All right, cool. Let me. You know, I've still got it in my notes. Hold on. I'll give you the best and the worst. I'll give you the best and the worst. So the best was Articuno.ak. I'm gonna keep it real. He had a chicken and bacon sub, pickled onion monster munch, and then orangina. That was pretty banging. I'm not gonna lie. Also, who else had a really good one? Vanillux had a really good one. Chicken mayo wrap or sweet chili wrap, sensations, and then lemon iced tea. That is a banger. That's an absolute banger. I'm gonna tell you the worst one. Hold on.
Scrolling all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, bro, it was so bad.
Was it like a cheesy bean wrap for any chance?
It wasn't. Oh my god, it's worse. So this one's pretty shit. It's the real Watty ham and cheese sandwich, salt and vinegar crisp, and then Dr. Pepper. That's pretty trash.
That's so like if I had to randomly generate a meal deal, that's what I'd get.
And this one's pretty boring. Brock Stocks. Listen, Brock, you are my homie, you my boy, but your meal deal is trash and you need to work on it. You get sushi as a main. Who the hell gets sushi as a main?
To be fair, sushi as a main is good value, but I question just not even the authenticity, just the actual, will it give me horrible illness from Tesco sushi?
And then he gets a coconut water, which, I mean, fair enough, you know, that's good for the skin, fair enough, the boy probably got good skin. And then a Twix. Like, out of all the chocolates you could pick, you go for a Twix.
I was going to say it had a distinctly Asian theme, and then it was like, oh, and a Twix.
Oh, this one is really trash. This one is dog shit, bro. So my boy Hakai Caesar, we collect Dragon Ball and stuff, he's the homie. But bro, falafel and hummus wrap, cheese and onion crisps, and then a bottle of water. Like,
I'm sorry.
Do you just hate yourself at lunchtime or something?
if you get water as like
Your drink.
as your drink, you're basically saying that I am voluntarily paying for something that I can get for free literally anywhere. Like I'm not sure if you can now, but pre-COVID, you could literally go to like a petrol station and be like, "Can you fill up my water bottle, please?" And they legally have to do it.
Yeah. Like with that meal deal, you're taking that to the self checkout because you're too embarrassed to face the cashier, bro.
Oh no, you're doing the scan and shop, and as soon as you pick it up, it's going in your bag.
It's going in your bag. Oh, but the thing is, right? So me and Matt had this thing called like black label meal deals where you get rated on your snack, your main, your drink, and then overall value, right? If you got like a 10 on all four, you get your black label meal deal. I gave out one, Matt gave out like 2 or 3. This meal deal, right? A water bottle, cheese and onion crisp, and then falafel and hummus wrap. It would probably come total to like £3, maybe even just less, and you paying £3. Like Tesco are robbing you. Tesco are robbing you for your bad decisions. How are you not getting value on your meal deal when you can? How?
See, I was really tempted to do like a full analysis of what is objectively the most cost efficient meal deal. And then I realized how many options there are on the Tesco website, and I was like, maybe I don't want to calculate 10,000 prices.
Realistically, as long as you get a smoothie or an iced coffee, you're doing good. I'm proud of you. You're doing great.
Because like it'd be easy to work out the most cost efficient because you just take the most expensive item from each category.
Yeah, my boy Andre said that. He said I literally just get whatever's the most expensive and I go with it. So fair play.
Yeah. No, I've never had a Tesco meal deal, so this is why I wasn't in that video.
Yeah, you didn't even submit one. I didn't even get to rate yours. Yeah.
I've never had a Tesco meal deal.
Sorry, Mark. I forget you're too privileged to eat like us commoners.
I mean, you're talking to the guy who tonight made his own noodles for dinner. Like, that is the level of extra that I'm living at.
Mark, it's really not that deep.
I have a lifestyle that I'm accustomed to, and that does not include Tesco meal deals.
You know what? You need to get a Tesco meal deal at some point, and you need to let me pick it for you. You need to let me pick your Tesco meal deal, please.
I think the thing is, when I was a kid, I was super fussy, and like, when you have your first Tesco meal deal, you're probably around the sixth form age, something like that, like 16 to 18.
Yeah. I mean, high school sixth form. Yeah.
Like, I was still making my own packed lunches then, so I just never had a meal deal.
I literally hated bringing packed lunches. I hated it. I hated having to wake up early, pack some shit, carry it around me all day. By the time it gets lunchtime, if it's like a cold sandwich and a cold fruit shoot or something, I don't know, that shit's warm. Like, what? I don't want this. It's not fun. I remember sixth form lunches was either like a Tesco meal deal or local chicken shop.
Yeah, my secondary school was within like 10 minutes of a KFC, a Chinese, a fish and chip shop, and a Subway. Although
I'm trying to think.
Although they actually weren't all there at the same time. The Subway opened like the year that I left, so like, because we were allowed to leave, I could go get like a KFC for lunch.
Yeah,
which was great.
See,
snack boxes for £2 at the time. Those were the days.
Oh my god, yo, popcorn chicken snack boxes for £2 were great.
It was like actual theft. Like, I don't understand how they could sell it for that cheap.
Yeah, you actually robbed it. Yo, okay, this is one thing I have to ask everyone whenever KFC comes up in topic. Do you remember the spicy Caesar wraps? Do you remember those?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, they were so great. Half the people I speak to about KFC don't even remember them, but they were great. They were the best.
I think at some point so I now live even closer to a KFC than that. And I at some point I'm going to have to do a KFC tier list.
Bring me in.
Because KFC has some absolute bangers, but some of the new stuff they've introduced recently is honestly horrible. They have these things called like they're spicy Nashville bites, and they are about as far.
Trash.
They're literally about as close to Nashville as I am right now. They are so far. They're so far removed from anything to do with Nashville hot chicken. It's literally it's like someone got barbecue chicken and put Frank's Red Hot sauce on them. Which,
oh my god,
I could do an entire rant on how Frank's Red Hot sauce is just disgusting. but I won't.
Listen, I could talk food literally all damn day. I'm such a foodie. I rate the places, like I get recommendations, I give recommendations. Although I haven't had KFC in a while. Like I'm talking months because last time I had it, I was drinking Dragonball Fighters with Matt, and we were doing Jaeger shots. Bro, that KFC left my body in the worst way possible. This is probably gonna be a bit too much information, bro. A chunk of chicken like came out my nose and it hurt. It's actual pain.
Let's put it this way: you shouldn't have to have your dinner twice.
Yeah, bro. I literally lost it within like the same hour I had. It was so disappointing.
Yeah, no, I would love to say it's been that long, but I had KFC like a week and a half ago. So
see, I don't even know what's my fast food place at the moment. All right, so we had this place in London. I mean, it's probably around like other places too. But it's called Roosters Peri Peri. It's like the cheaper Nando's and the better Nando's.
We have one in Nottingham as well.
It's great. It's absolutely great.
It's quite like in Nottingham. It's literally opposite Nando's. Like they're literally on opposite sides of the street. It's hilarious.
That's brave.
There's also a place called Pepe's, which is actually just up the street as well.
Oh, Pepe's is trash. I had Pepe's once, bro. My chicken still had blood on it. Never again. Never again.
There's so many like good places to eat just everywhere, and I can't eat them all. I had Korean the other day. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, Korean food, bro. Korean barbecue is one of my favorites. To go out with a group of friends, Korean barbecue, beautiful.
I had fried chicken. Had tteokbokki for the first time, and for some reason my girlfriend convinced me to get it with cheese, and I'm lactose intolerant.
She's trying to kill you, bro.
To be fair, it didn't make me as ill as I thought it would, but literally it came with like a layer of cheese on top.
Oh my god, your girlfriend trying to kill you.
Yeah, she doesn't care about my lactose intolerance. She's just like, I'm going to eat cheese and you're going to have to deal with it.
She said, hold up, Mark, your Pokemon collection looking kind of nice. Hold up, cheese real quick. Oh my god, that's actually hilarious.
And I had I do it to myself though. I had a Pizza Hut yesterday.
What is your pizza? All right, pizza for a second. Let's talk about pizza.
The problem with pizza, right, is that chains are far too variable region to region. Like the Domino's in Nottingham, there's two of them. They're both absolutely trash. The Domino's where my parents live is actually quite nice.
See, just as like an overall kind of sort of go for a standard sort of version of each. Out of Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Pizza Express, what's your best or worst?
Well, Pepe Jones is I just call Papa John's Pepe Jones. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Is bottom tier one because their garlic dip tastes like Play-Doh. That's been That's been wiped over garlic cloves. And also, Papa John's is a high key racist, so he's at the bottom.
Yeah. All right, fair.
And
then the barbecue pizza slaps though.
Yeah, he might be a horrific racist, but he does know how to make a good pizza.
That's it.
The thing is, that's not even true. The pizzas are terrible. Also, they have like weird garlic dust they put on the crust. It just makes me sneeze.
Yeah,
it just makes me sneeze.
Yeah, it just makes my hands annoyingly messy for no reason. Like, why are my hands getting messy touching the crust, which should be the cleanest, like safest part of the pizza?
Yeah, that's the handle to the pizza. Why are you messing with my handle, Papa John?
That's it. You fucking racist.
If anyone is under any scrutiny or denying how much I hate Papa John's, I live closer to Papa John's than KFC. I walk past it to go to KFC. Every single time I walk past it, I absolutely hate Papa John's. So
just flip off the employees as you walk by, let them know you're never going in there.
It's not their fault they work for a racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Then probably next up would be Domino's, because Domino's is just always greasy. Like I don't think I've ever had a Domino's. Actually, that's not true. I've had one good Domino's in Nottingham, and I ordered it at 2:00 on a Tuesday afternoon. And because they had to make everything fresh for me, it was the best Domino's ever. It took like 3 minutes to arrive. It was honestly crazy. Like I ordered it and it came 10 minutes later.
That is great.
So it was still good. And then what else? What else is there?
Pizza Hut, Pizza Express.
Pizza Express is again, Pizza Express I don't really eat because
Yeah,
I would never get Pizza Express delivered because it's more expensive, and I wouldn't sit in there because Pizza
because
Express is one of the most depressing experiences in my life. I've been there once, and I was honestly on the verge, on the verge. I think I have to say my least favorite. So that below Papa John's is Frankie and Benny's because Frankie and
oh,
Benny's
Frankie the Baby is some trash, bro.
Frankie and Benny's don't serve pizza; they serve wet cardboard. It
Yeah.
is honestly, and this is the first time I've sworn on the podcast in 7 episodes. It's the worst fucking thing I've ever eaten in my goddamn life.
I made Mark swear about pizza. Let's go.
I once got really drunk and went to Frankie and Benny's, and I had the worst pizza of my entire life. And you normally, when you're really drunk, pizza tastes great. Any pizza tastes good. This was so depressing that I actually went home and was quite sad.
I think I went to Frankie's and Benny's once, right? I was on some date with this girl, and we went there. And we're like, we were just kind of debating on what to get because we were just gonna go half some pizza and just kind of keep it calm. And we saw like loads of people get their pizzas bought out as we were like getting ready to like order and stuff. And we instantly just switched up on like, okay, we're ordering all sides. The pizzas look depressing. The pizzas look trash. We're not doing that.
Was it when
And
someone picked it up and it just like drooped
it like, yeah,
completely?
bro, as you said, wet cardboard. That's literally the best way to put it. That shit is so bad. Yeah, Frankie's and Benny's. That's why I didn't even mention it because it's just no.
They don't serve food; they serve sadness. That's all they serve.
You go there if you're depressed and you need a reason, bro. That's what I'm saying.
The worst, it's not even that cheap. Like if it was incredibly cheap, I could let it go. Like there's a place where my parents live called Cheers Pizza, and they sell you like 18-inch pizzas, and they're like £12. It's like
Fair.
you know it's
They're
gonna
a local then. Yeah,
Yeah, like-
locals are always bangers, man.
yeah, like you know it's gonna be bad because it's so cheap that it's probably
Nah,
illegal. But like,
illegal.
but like Frankie and Benny's, you get like a normal sized pizza and it's like £12, and you're like, no. I
I'll
also
tell you now, the best pizza place I've ever had in my life, right? It's a local and it's called Rocco's. Bro, oh my god, that pizza is life changing. It's like round the corner from my old high school, and I had like a friend that used to like live quite close to school. So whenever I'd stay around his, we'd always get this damn pizza. And I got it like the other day on a whim, and it just unlocked so many happy memories of this like eating pizza back in high school.
my favorite pizza place was a Tops Pizza, but
Oh, see, I don't
See,
like Tops. Tops
so-
is trash.
so Tops used to be basically Tops used to run as like you would people would run a shop and they would like lease the name of Tops so that they got like
Right.
so they got like all of the like they'd get all of the things that Tops offers them, so they get like the sign and all the menus, and they get like all the delivery bikes and that kind of thing through
Yeah.
through like the Tops company, but they would be run independently pretty much.
Yeah.
And my local one was run by this Polish family, and they were honestly the best pizza makers I've ever. The pizzas were so good, and they were so cheap. And like one day, obviously I went to uni, and I couldn't order from them anymore because they don't tend to like to deliver 100 miles away. I can't imagine how much I'd have to pay for delivery. That was another thing. If it was
Yeah.
over a tenner, they deliver it for free, and they were open till 1 a.m.
Oh, bang.
So like I would
Absolute bang.
I'd come in like after I'd been to like a friend's house or something, and just be like, I want a pizza. And because I was 16 at the time, I could eat a whole pizza and not gain weight, but I can't anymore.
I
but-
think I've only ever had. Oh, sorry, carry on.
But they when I came to university, I went home and I got it again, and apparently Tops had like basically cracked down and got people like charging standard rates, so their prices went up by 50%.
Oh my
and,
god.
And the pizza was terrible. So I think they
I had-
either got taken, like either they sold it and got taken over, or they just were forced to charge more.
I bet they sold it got taken over. That would make more sense.
Probably would, yeah.
I had Tops Pizza once, literally once. I was at like a party with a couple mates and stuff, and like, oh my god, this is once again another fucking story that ends in me losing my food. So literally just drinking with a bunch of mates and stuff. Didn't really eat too much of the party because I was just kind of socializing and just having fun. And I, on my like stumbly walk home that my friends had to like supervise me on, got to my room, got in bed, and I was like, I'm really hungry. was like 4 in the morning. I was like, I don't want to wait until breakfast and like waking up. I want food now. Ordered the Tops barbecue pizza. I literally scoffed it down. I inhaled that fucking pizza. I absolutely inhaled it, bro. That pizza was gone. Lay down and literally just go to lay down in bed. 5 minutes later, I wake up, run to the bathroom, pizza gone.
Have you ever
Oh.
one of my friends once got back after a night out and ordered pizza, and they were so drunk that they just like fell asleep, and they were like, oh crap, like my pizza must have come and I'd missed it. Turns out that they ordered it when they were closed, so their pizza arrived like 11 a.m. the next day. So,
I've done that once.
which was great because one, they fell asleep, and two, they had tasty pizza for breakfast.
Yeah, I've done that once. I've like when you schedule a delivery on Just Eat for the next day. Yeah. Except my problem was I wasn't drunk. I was just a fucking idiot. So
You're just sitting there getting like angrier and angrier that your pizza's not arriving.
yeah,
You're like, oh shit.
just glaring at my window, like waiting for my food. It just didn't come until the next day. So yeah, that was fun.
Did your food arrive on time? No, it was 12 hours late.
Literally. But nah, it was a bit of a nice surprise. Food showing up the next day. It was great. So yeah. What is like your absolute favorite and absolute worst like fast food place to go then? Just in general, like out of everything.
There was a Korean fried chicken place in Nottingham that I used to live near, and I live too far away from it now, so they won't deliver to me. That was the best thing ever. It's called Gallus. If anyone lives locally or is interested, it's run by like, I think it's run by a family. I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely like they definitely have like just a few people who work there. But they do Korean chicken and it's incredible. And I used to order that maybe like once a month.
Fair.
You know when you ever have it where somewhere is really good but their service is so bad that you can't use them?
Oh my god, yeah.
So there's a place in Nottingham that serves actual Nashville hot chicken, and it's so good, but they get my order wrong every single time. To the point where I no longer order from them because the Deliveroo people are so suspicious that I'm just lying about how my order's wrong every time. They just like won't refund me anymore.
Oh my god. You get denied your refunds for them messing up. That's funny.
I think it's like if you claim more than like 3 or 4 times in a month, they just like suspend your account or something. So like, but yeah, that like when it's good, it's really good. But they get my order wrong all the time, and it takes like an hour to come. So, but yeah,
fair enough.
I don't really have a worst. Like, I don't really have a worst. I don't really like Greek food that much, but having said
fair
that,
enough.
I like some of it. So like,
yeah, it's very hit or miss, isn't it? You either get something that's like a banger or something that's just trash.
Oh, one thing I hate pho. I really don't like pho.
Pho. I don't give a fuck about pho.
Because like every time I eat it, I'm just like I don't like the flavor of it. Just generally, partly because I really hate coriander, and pho is like covered in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Actually, for the same reason, I don't really like Mexican food because it always has coriander in it. But
what?
If it doesn't,
you're wild.
If it doesn't have coriander in it, it's great. But like because basically like some people have this genetic thing where like coriander taste actually is disgusting. Like it ruins the taste of anything it's in for me. So if it's like on top or mixed into it, it just ruins the flavor. And yeah, like Mexican food is like basically finished with coriander, but pretty much everything. So
see, I used to just not like Mexican food for the sake of it, just I don't know. I just found it like quite weird. I don't know. I just wasn't too keen on like the Mexican food I tried prior to this, but then my ex introduced me to like it's gonna sound really fucking dumb. Taco Bell and this place called Waka Waka, I think. Waka. One of those. Anyways,
do you mean Oaxaca?
Yeah, I mean Oaxaca. That's it. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, Mark. Fucking fuck's sake, Waka. God damn it.
Shakira's restaurant, Waka.
Oh, that's where I'm thinking of. Anyway, she introduced me to these two Mexican places, and oh my god! Ever since then, my opinion on Mexican food has absolutely done a 180. I love Mexican food now. Mexican food is great. Like, bro, they're great. But my all-time favorite, like the one dish I could always have and just never get tired of, Thai red curry. Oh my god, a good Thai red curry is just a godsend.
The thing that I find with Thai curry is like, I would say most foods that I like, I can make to like a reasonable standard, like at the same as a restaurant. Like it's never quite as good, but it's usually good enough that I don't mind. I've tried to make red Thai curry for years, and I just can't make it taste as good as it does in restaurants. Like I don't know quite what they do,
Neither
but
neither do I. I
like,
love that shit though.
but like I've done recipes off the internet. It's just never the same.
See, I used to always be spending so much money on Thai red curries, but then like my sister's boyfriend is like a like really good chef. And he taught her how to make it. And the last time my sister came like back to my mum's, she brought so much Thai curry with her. Bro, I was so happy. Like I've never been happier to see my sister before than when she came with all this Thai curry for me. It was great. It was absolutely great. Thai red curry is always gonna be my favorite. Like I wish I knew how to make it. I wish I knew.
Yeah. Do you cook much?
Hey, bro, listen, I can make a mean pot noodle. I can make a mean glass of water with a lemon wedge. Ladies, hit me up if you want that fine dining experience.
If you want a gourmet pot noodle,
No, bro, I can't even do that right, bro. One time,
put some sriracha in it.
Bro, I promise you, this is true fucking story. No joke. You can ask Matt. He was there when it happened. Well, he was on call when it happened. So, gonna run back to the Pokemon X and Y days. My parents were on holiday, and me and my sister basically had the house to ourselves. So we didn't know how to cook. They left us money. We were just living off of Chicago Town pizzas, local takeout, or pot noodles, right? Like any 15 and 17-year-old dumbass kids do, bro. I must have had like a cupboard full of pot noodles, and I was snacking on them like every now and then. So I make my pot. Me and Matt are trying to complete the Pokedex and X and Y. We're chilling. I tell him I'm hungry. I'll be back in a second. I go to the kitchen, make a pot noodle. I come back. I sit down on the sofa. Bro, I put this pot noodle on the armrest. It's so fucking dumb. I put this pot noodle on the armrest and I recline the sofa. Bro, pot noodle goes everywhere. Oh my god. The PTSD just thinking about it. Yeah. Pot noodle went everywhere. I spilled pot noodle on my crotch. I let out a scream. It was horrible.
To be fair, you never get the smell of pot noodle out if you spill it on anything.
No, I think I had to bin the blanket that I was sitting on actually. Or something happened to it, but we don't have it anymore.
It wasn't because it smelled. It's just because of the shame.
Bro, I've never been so embarrassed like before. Even though I was in the room alone, I just had Matt on like Skype or some shit. I've never been so embarrassed. Yeah. I can't even make a pot noodle right. I'm that much of a disappointment. Let's go.
We should make a series where I teach you how to cook.
You know what, Mark? I'll run up to Nottingham. We got to do it. We got to do it.
We need to do it in a neutral location for safety.
Bro, I'll end up playing. It'll be like that moment in Hell's Kitchen where that dude sliced off his finger.
Oh, I love Hell's Kitchen so much.
Hell's Kitchen is great. Gordon Ramsay's an absolute treasure. We don't deserve him.
I really, really like just the fact that Hell's Kitchen assembles the biggest. It must have the most amount of assholes per capita of any show. Like, I don't understand how they assemble such like they're like the Avengers of dickheads. I don't understand how they do it.
The Avengers of fuck's sake! I wasn't expecting that.
I don't understand how they find these people. They must literally put out like a post on social media and be like, "Are you better than Gordon Ramsay?" And everyone that responds, they just take them. The greatest clip ever is there's one guy where at the end of every episode, Gordon Ramsay's like, "Oh, like, can you
elimination?
Can you nominate 2 people and tell us why?"
Yeah.
There's a guy who's just like, he's like, "Oh, can you tell us why?" And he's like, "Yeah, and then nominates people. And he's like, "They know why." And Gordon Ramsay's like, do you want to tell me? He's like, "No, they know why." And then he gets so annoyed at Gordon Ramsay asking him why that he quits. He literally quits the show.
I think I've seen that one. I think I know what one you're on about.
If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's honestly the greatest overreaction of all time, and that's saying something.
I think I know what one you're on about. I really think I do.
He goes from being like the best chef there and nominating two people to literally quitting because Gordon Ramsay just asked him a simple question.
My absolute favorite fucking thing about Hell's Kitchen, right? It's when obviously it's the like the actual cooking bit where customers come in and stuff, like the dining night or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And customers get so pissy for waiting and they just come up to the fucking the stand and they start complaining, and it's just the way he tells them to fuck off half the time. It's great. Like oh, he's savage.
He's
Actually a savage.
But the thing is, like, there's been so many interactions where someone's been like, "Oh, I'm like really nicely been like, oh, I'm sorry, we've been waiting a while. Like, is my food going to be there?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, and they just sit back down. It's always the people who like don't sit back down. He's like that Michael. It's like the Michael Jordan meme when they don't sit down. It's like, and I took that personally.
Yeah, it's just you get the Karens, bro. Karens everywhere. Oh man. Oh no. The best. My favorite clip in Hell's Kitchen, right, is where they're out here doing like a fucking like meat and shit, and they need to get it out, and they bring it up to the hot plate. Gordon's checking it. He turns around. He goes, "Where's the lamb sauce?" And his voice just cracks when he's. Bro, where's the lamb sauce will be the most iconic moment in Hell's Kitchen ever.
I like it when someone's cooked like a lovely piece of salmon and it's like slightly too underdone, so he just puts the plate down and punches it, and it just goes everywhere.
Yeah. Bro, he does tend to punch food a lot.
That, or when someone like overcooks something and he makes them eat it.
Oh my god!
Like
do you remember
they sit at the chef's table and he's like, have to eat like an entire order of overcooked scallops.
He's like, eat it, fucking eat it. Like you can't really say no if Gordon's telling you to fucking eat it. Just kind of do it.
The best one. Someone once had like an overcooked steak and he was eating it and he was like, "How is that, chef?" And he was like, "It's actually not that bad." And he's like, "Get out, get out."
Oh my god! Do you remember that one? Right, there was that one contestant, the one that put his head in the fridge because he was like, "I need to cool down." And he went to the he went to the freezer and he just put his head in the freezer. And like Gordon had to go and fired him. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And, like basically just dragged him back to the kitchen. So he was quite unreliable. I can't remember what his name is, but he was like this really like goofy sort of like the comic relief character of the series, right? And it just got to the point where no one trusted him, to the point where when someone, you know how they had someone on the team basically like go onto the floor and take orders, right?
Yeah.
He literally told the customers like, "You're not allowed to get starters today. We're not doing starters, blah blah." And then when the orders were going through to the kitchen, this guy's just standing there like, "I have nothing to do." And then they asked why, and the dude just got screamed at for basically saying, "Yeah, I told the customers not to order starters because I have no faith in him." Oh my god, the drama's great.
I recently watched all of Kitchen Nightmares as well, which is debatably even better.
Oh, Kitchen kind of.
The thing with the Kitchen Nightmares, the UK one is better because it's less dramatic. So like when you see Gordon Ramsay get angry, he's actually angry.
Yeah, fair play actually. Yeah, you're right.
The US one is a bit too dramatized. Like he immediately just shouts at them. Like, yeah, they probably deserve it, but
Oh my god, do you remember the one where it was that really like weird cat lady with the bakery?
no.
You don't remember that, bro? It was like one of the most famous episodes of Hell's Kitchen. Not Hell's Kitchen. Kitchen Nightmares. Sorry, I think it was Kitchen Nightmares at least. Hold up, let me look it up.
Because if it was the UK one, I've watched all the UK ones. I'm missing like the last season.
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares. Yeah, it was Kitchen Nightmares. So it was like this husband and wife, right? And the thing is, it was like a baking company with like a sort of like restaurant on the side kind of thing. And the thing is, when he walked in there, the place was so clean, so spotless, so like well kept. The cupcakes were like designed perfectly and displayed nice. And he was like, "I don't know why the fuck I'm here." And then the owners were literally batshit crazy. Like the husband who basically like ran it just used to try and fight every single customer that complained, told them to fuck off, got like all sweary Marys and effing and jeffing with them. And she was just psycho. Like she always had the cats in the restaurant, always like meowed at them and meowed at customers and shit. I think it was like Amy's Baking Company or something. And they had this one girl there that would basically like work like little waitressing kind of job, and they would always take the tips that she made, and Gordon absolutely
Oh no,
fucking found that
no, I
out.
have seen this one, and she's married to the guy, yeah, the guy who's like, why do you take their tips? And he was like, I pay them a wage.
Yeah. It's that one, bro. That was the wildest episode.
Oh
That
yeah,
was just that was insane.
oh yeah, because she refers to the cat. She's like, do you have kids? And she's like, yeah, I have two fur babies.
Yeah, that psycho woman.
And then Gordon Ramsay immediately was like, she's not okay.
No, she was not right in the head, man. She needed help. She actually needed help. Oh man.
How have we got? How have we managed to go from Pokemon and Dragon Ball to pizza to Gordon Ramsay?
I don't know. As I said, just a pair of mates having a chat. That's what this has been.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Either way, how long have we been recording for?
Hour and 20.
Oh my god.
Should we wrap it up?
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Yeah, Chief.
So I'll end how I end every episode, which is Route 101. So
Okay.
if there's one thing that you could deal with, not being in collecting, what would it be? Could be anything collecting related.
Filthy scalpers. Nah, I'm kidding.
Everyone said scalpers with varying degrees of sincerity. I think one person said it, like, obviously no one likes scalpers, but like after one person said it, you can't really say it again.
Nah, it is what it is, man. I don't know. The only thing that really like annoys me about collecting, like genuinely annoys me, like upsets me, pisses me off, bores me, gets me burnt out, is the grading wait times. I know there's not much that we can do to really change that, but it's just the grading wait times, man. That's stress. Absolute stress. I could do without that. What else could I do without? Half the Pokemon community being big crybabies. I could do without that too. Yeah.
We'll go with grading.
we'll go with grading wait
Yeah.
times, yeah.
We'll go with grading and Papa John's pizza.
Oh my god, Papa John's pizza, man. Why am I touching the safe part of the pizza, the crust, and my hands are like ashy? Why?
Oh god, I hate Papa John's. Anyway, I'll call it there. So
Yeah.
this has been a very up and down episode, but I feel like it's been entertaining. If nothing else, I had fun.
Yeah, man, it's been great having a chat about food and cards and everything else.
So if anyone wants to hear more or get their meal deal rated, where on social media can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at PSAPimp. I do it a lot. If you take a picture of your meal deal, put it in your story, tag me. I will usually get back in a couple of minutes. I'll rate it. I'll put it on my story. And 9 times out of 10, I'm flaming you. So hit me up at PSAPimp.
Yeah, if you want some Tesco related clout, that's where to go.
That's it, man. Listen, I'm the meal deal, like, I'm the LeBron James of meal deals, man. That's all I'm saying.
What you're steadily declining and everyone's noticing.
Wow! 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 Wow!
I bet no one at the start of this podcast thought I'd be taking shots at LeBron James.
Yeah! Jeez, Mark, you got a bit of a way to go before you do that.
He's not my goat, let's put it that way.
Nah, LeBron the GOAT.
No, he literally is. There's no denying how good LeBron James is. But anyway, yeah, that was episode 7 of the Substitute podcast featuring Gordon Ramsay and Papa John. That is a show I'd watch. Just putting out there, I would watch.
Oh my god!
Just Gordon Ramsay calling Papa John a racist muppet for an hour and a half. I would watch that so much.
Bro, that'd be entertaining as hell. Right, just to rewind on something. One of the worst chefs out there, Jamie Oliver. My favorite Jamie Oliver clip is where he's trying to show the kids about the chicken nuggets and how bad they are. And he just has this full-on breakdown.
It's because he's like, oh, how many of you still want to eat them now you know where they're from? And every single kid put their hand up.
Literally. Oh, that's great.
The best Jamie Oliver thing that ever happened is when he was trying to get 2-for-1 pizzas banned.
Oh yeah.
And someone called him on Twitter a salad nonce. And honestly, it's the greatest tweet, I think, in history.
Yeah, Jamie Oliver's fun to bully, man. I might bully him next.
We do not condone bullying on this podcast. Unless you're calling Jamie Oliver a salad nonce on Twitter.
That's it, man. That's it. Salad nonce McGee.
Right. Oh, I'll see you all next week with something else. Let's put it that way. It'll be something else. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, that was great.